Okay, next up, we'll handle the second and third teachings of Jesus that Petey picks on. Although, technically, the third one is actually a quote of 1 John 1:9, not of Jesus. And we'll handle that one first because, frankly, it's a non-starter. You see, the undisputed interpretation of this verse has always been that God forgives sin as an offense against Him, as the judge of creation. No one I know of, and certainly no biblical scholar, has ever taken it to mean that God forgives sins on behalf of human beings to the extent that it would allow people to be set free from jail for committing crimes. So there's nothing to refute here because all we have from Petey is a bogus interpretation. And where he gets that interpretation, I don't know. But it probably came from the same source that told him Jesus lived in the Bronze Age. So now let's go back to his critique of the second teaching, not resisting evil. And here it's almost as simple as that last one. Admittedly, some Christian authors have taken the command to not resist evil to the same extreme Petey does, thinking that it somehow demands a sort of pacifism that might even allow a dictator to make war as he pleases. The key here is what the verse says further on, which Petey doesn't quote. Notice first of all that this is the right cheek, which means that the person is being slapped either with the left hand or the back of the right hand. Now, with the understanding that most people are right-handed, what we have here isn't a blow intended to start a fight or cause damage. It's a weak blow. In Jesus' time, a slap like this was an insult or a humiliation. So, resist not evil doesn't mean be a doormat when people beat you up. What it does mean is to take the high road when you're personally insulted. And in this case, turning the other cheek is a way of telling the person who insulted you that you cared so little about their insult that you didn't care if they did it again. Kind of like a, yeah, big deal, is that all you got response. In addition, notice that this teaching comes immediately after Jesus using the principle of eye for an eye as a comparison. It's clearly offered as a contrast to it. So resist not evil here would have to mean don't apply the eye for an eye principle to personal insults. You see, originally the purpose of eye for an eye was to put a stop to the practice of blood feuds, endless cycles of revenge. Eye for an eye limited restitution to a single round, and forbade people from trying to outdo each other getting revenge. So, for example, if your neighbor dumped a pail of garbage on your lawn, you couldn't retaliate by dumping 2 pails on his lawn, and then he doesn't dump 2 more on your lawn, and so on. That also means, by the way, that when it comes to fundy atheists like Petey who are spreading nonsense, since this isn't a personal matter but one of public confrontation, apologists like me can step up and put a stop to it, even like this. Well, not in the real world, of course, just the cartoon one, but you get the idea.